Georgia Lane with Creative Moments by G. We have been creating some videos using the Christmas Gleaming stamp set by Stampin' Up. We have just fallen in love with this stamp set. We are also using the Brightly Gleaming Designer Series paper. Now here's another card that we've made. This is our floating design, but isn't that beautiful? The ornaments, the message, and then we have a message on the inside as well. I know that you're excited to make this card. So let's head over to the crafting table and let's get started. Okay, we're going to make the Deck the Halls with Boughs of Holly, our floating card. I think this is so creative. We used this design before, but oh, I think it just makes a statement. And where do you get these supplies? Well, you go to your Christmas catalog from Stampin' Up, and it's on page 32. You can buy the stamp set. It's $21. And then you can also buy these punches. And these punches are so cool because they punch out the ornaments, but they also create a wonderful Christmas popper that we'll have a video on. You can also get this beautiful paper to match, and it is so beautiful. It has gold metallic on it. Look at these beautiful colors. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love this paper, and I love this stamp set. So let's get started in creating our floating card. The first thing you're going to need to do is take out one of your cardstock, and we are using the Night of Navy. And you can actually cut your cardstock, your 8.5 by 11, cut it in half at the 4 1/4, and you'll just cut straight down. That way you can get 2 floating cards. So for your base card, you'll take one of those halves. It's 4 1/4, and you'll cut it 7 1/2. So just cut it 7 1/2, and then you're going to score it at 5 1/2, and that creates your top part. Now you're going to take the bottom part that you have left over, and you're going to cut that piece 2 inches by 4 1/4. So now we have our 2 pieces of our card, see, to create our folding card. Now you need that top part that goes on. So we have taken an alternating color, and we've used Pacific Point because we think it really picks up one of the colors in our designer series paper. And this piece of paper needs to be cut 3 inches by 3 3/4, and then our Very Vanilla needs to be cut 2 3/4 by 3 1/2 because it layers on top of it. You're also going to need 2 little pieces of designer paper, and those measurements are 4 inches by 1 3/4. So let's get started putting this together. I always like to layer my pieces first, so we are going to take my silicone mat, and we're going to put some glue on this top part. Just a little bit of glue. And we are going to set this down. I normally put glue on the back of the designer series paper, but changed it up a little bit. Okay, that's our top part. Now on our bottom piece, put a little bit of glue. Whoops. Layer that down, and that creates our bottom part of our folding card. Next, we need to stamp this with we're going to use Deck the Halls. So we've taken our stamp, and we've taken our blueberry bushel, and we are going to stamp it off to make sure it's pretty. And now, as you see, what's important to note here is that we stamp it in the bottom right-hand corner of the top mat. So let's get that about right there. Just hold it down for good contact, and then pick up. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to layer our piece. Okay, and we also want to have our white piece of Whisper White that we've cut out to go on the center part so that we can write our message. Of course, all these measurements will be on my blog, and you can find that by going to the description below this video, and you'll find the link to go to my blog. Okay, so you can see it's starting to take shape. Here's the bottom piece. In a moment, we'll be putting that on. So nice. So we need to use our punches to punch out our ornaments. So we've already stamped this with Blueberry Bushel. We're just going to put it right in there. And you can fussy cut it, but oh, it makes it so nice. Okay. Next, we stamped our smaller one with our gold delicata. So pretty. That ink is so pretty. Just put it in, get it all lined up. There we go. Now I want to show you something really creative. We took some gold wrapping paper, just some wrapping paper, and we are going to punch out just the top of the ornament, just so we can glue it down. Then we took this next ornament and we used our gold wrapping paper again. Just got it. There we go. Now we're going to glue those on. Let's glue this one first. I'll just put a little glue on my ornament. I may have put a little too much, but it's okay. And that way we can just kind of move it around, get it exactly where we want it. A little bit too much. Perfect. Next, we'll put a little bit of glue on this one. Okay. And that just seems to make such a difference, don't you think? Okay. Now, since we need to stamp our little message right here, we're going to go ahead and do that. So we're going to get Anne Be Jolly. We're going to I'm just going to lay this down so I don't get any ink anywhere, and I want to just stamp it off to make sure it looks good. Put it, because remember, what we want is we want it to be right behind this, okay? So you need to have it right in the middle. Hold it for good contact. And there we have it. So now we are ready to go ahead and get this put together. We're going to see exactly where we need it. Now we know this has to be at the bottom, so we're going to line it up right there. Okay? And we are using a tape runner, and we know that it's going to be about the top third. Can you see that? It's about the top third of this top message. So we're going to just lay our tape runner right there. We're going to put this, line this up on the bottom. We want it about right there.
So we have this one right where we need it. We still can open it up. And next we have to put we have our holly cut out, which is going to go on top of our ornaments. And we're going to put this one down into this space right there that you have kind of empty. And we'll put this one up about right there. So we're going to use dimensionals. We love our Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. They are so nice. And you really don't have to put a dimensional right here at the very top. Not really. So we'll put one there, one there. We'll use our poke tool to get the back off. Okay. We'll come in and like I said, we're going to put this right in this empty space right there. Okay. And this next one, I'm going to put up here. Now we also put dimensionals on our holly. Don't you just think this makes a beautiful design? Oh my goodness. I can only imagine the recipient of this card would open it up and just say, okay, this is a keeper. So pretty and so unique. That's what I like about it. You're not going to find this in a store, are you? Nope. And it's fun making. I mean, I think making cards is so much fun and so relaxing. Okay, so we will, let's see, I just want to lay it out first to make sure I get it exactly right. I think we'll put this one, it's going to go over the gold just a little bit. Okay. What do you think? Isn't that beautiful? Easy to make, and once you master this floating card design, you are going to love it for all your creations. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me today, and if you're interested in any of the products that I used, please head over to my website. You'll see it on the screen, and you can place your order. And also, don't forget to use your host code that you saw earlier in the video. Well, I'm wishing you much joy this holiday season. Be creative with your crafting, and I'll see you in the next video.